I don't understand it.
Right, stand, no, stop, stand. Michael, over.
You want me on now?
I just come straight on. I want to throw you straight on.
You want us to stand
Yeah,
here?
let you, Mike. Just
Oh, okay.
stand further back.
Okay.
I see I've got the thingy man up this way, so I need to line you up first.
Sean loves Max Power. Pass it on.
I'm going to say, Acacia loves Sheffield Wednesday.
Acacia, you love Chef Wed?
And I've gone
No,
live.
I haven't gone live yet, I don't think.
That one,
Have I not? Fine. Lauren loves Patrick Roberts. Pass it on.
Yeah, we're playing against Johnson. We're playing against Acacia's rivals on the 17th of August.
To be fair, I actually messaged her yesterday and go, well, 3-3 draw against Portsmouth. That's a good result for you. Have a guess. Like, Sean, oh, shut up. They're not my team. Sheffield United are. Oh, yeah, no, we both love Sheffield, don't we? Just get the fishing rod out. She's biting.
What's going on?
Just sit on this, you're not standing up.
No,
Sorry, sure.
Lauren watches me and things. Sure, she keeps going in.
No, it hurt your knees, like.
You just go like, I don't like Sheffield. I love Sheffield United more than Sunderland. Or something like that.
There's Nicky even tipping Vicky out.
Nicky even joins in on the joke. She does. She joins in taking the piss, doesn't she? Two hours later.
Oh,
That's always later, dude.
just seen him. It's always, yeah, you know.
I've seen the picture. I got to say one. Do a Scouse impression of Lauren fangirling over Patrick Roberts.
Oh, Patrick Roberts. Oh, Patrick. Marry me, Patrick. Go back to the sexy bastard.
Wait, hang on.
Look, 9, will you marry me, please? I'm single now. I've actually got Patrick Roberts.
Hang on. Excuse me, that's Joel's job. That he's tied Luke O'Neill to his basement.
That's false. I've just seen it.
Sorry?
That's false. I've just seen it.
Oh, have you? Hey, what a bastard! I told him we were around here. Sneaky dick.
Not Joel. Luke.
Oh, Luke. Oh, okay.
I don't know why Joel. Probably the pub.
'Here's your Karen, you bastards. Stay and relax.
I
love it when he's hammered. It's so funny, so entertaining.
Don't stop that. Well, here we go. Back again with another video.
Well, here we go, back again with another video, and there's a blonde woman there with glasses who's fainted when Patrick Roberts gone down the wing.
know what I've done.
Well, try it. We did it better.
I know it's all this, but I don't know what I've done now.
I like it when you did the Sunday bunch when he says, when Terry O'Reilly used to say, a nice coffee. A nice coffee. Nice Sunday dinner. Speaking of coffee.
Why do I not like where this conversation's going already?
Because I remember when you did the Sunday bunch at the Hastings Hills and he said, nice coffee.
Right.
I want to call the second one on the man's show. I'd say that man wants.
I like it. It's second place meeting with Patrick outside the stadium.
I'll
Why is Lawrence simpering in the background? Because Patrick's in the building. Lawrence, stop perving. Oh.
And everything neighbours as well because I've got the mics. As I move the mics, like.
And then you got.
Do you know honey a message? Jesus of Nazareth and get a picture of Lawrence head with Patrick Roberts. Oh no, that's happening now. Like, sorry.
If it was an unusual suspect video, you got a picture of
Countdown.
Patrick Roberts and then loving, like, smiling, like, pervert. You got like those words, pervert.
Barbados. Ooh. Nice romantic getaway.
Where you going to put the next game? Like,
Send no picture.
And then the actual watch, I don't know.
But I'm trying to take it seriously, mate.
Understand why it's been that up.
Yeah, they would. I introduced him to him. He's from China. They didn't talk about from China. I introduced him to him. So China. I guess stop trying to avoid. No, stop trying to avoid. Stop trying to avoid. I have to get the close. I have to get the close.
Yeah, really.
No, but Chris, I have to get the close from China and also thank you for me.
All right, pal. It's not on you. It's not on you.
Oh, shit out of the way. Get out of the way. I want to be on camera. Anyway, hey, we've got Chinese representatives over here.
I've done some earlier.
Is the crowd already? Oh, we did. All right, then. I'll see you.
Dance of the Nights.
Are we actually live?
That's it. It's Tannis there.
Are we actually live? Are you still
Nah,
setting up?
the mics is on, so just watch what you're saying. Like,
Says thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Well, that was a short, sweet, and precise show. That was quick.
Oh, there's a comment.
Patrick, here's a wig.
I'll just drop you a text.
Did you? That's probably a sense. You know how much Sky are for the fans when they put this at 12 o'clock? Yeah.
Flick you, mate. No bother, mate. All right.
Oh, yeah. I'm not even starting. Don't stuff like that with the drama.
I think it's a draw, mate, but for some reason, it's not showing the picture. I've got the mics connected, but it's just showing the banner. Well done.
We're saying that we can. I think user it looks
I could you quickly have a look? So I went live and I'm hitting the neighbours, but I can't get this picture off. And that's not how. Right, cheers, pal. Thank you.
Try and get fixed lazy.
Aye.
Suppose if the mic's on.
And by the time you
2 seconds. I'll let them know in the group. Right, just let everyone know in the group. I'm just trying to sort the picture out. I've never done this before. I will be. I'll get sorted as quick as I can. Apologies.
There you go.
First time we've done it in the championship, so just getting used to it, you know. Doesn't seem real life, does it?
From both sides.
Have you the team news out later, the 11 o'clock, so everyone knows. 57 minutes past now.
If you hover around here, trust me, he'll turn up. He
outside the
always finds
stadium?
shows. Oh, literally every single time.
I've never ever done this before. Dear Vardy's, he'd be in the week, Chief. Oh, cheers, pal. I just didn't know what I've done here. I honestly didn't know what I've done.
See me come up the station radio.
in early.
I honestly don't know. It's just one of those. Nice.
Is there any
Well,
connection out
solo
there?
shows.
Is any Wi-Fi? Yeah.
That's the screen there.
Are you using Michael's internet?
Cheers, Colin. I saw that. I mean, it might not be wrong, but you didn't have to say it.
Oh,
There you go. Are you back?
Oh, we're actually live, are we?
That's all it was.
It is.
Yeah, and I'll,
Right,
go
I'll try
back
and
on the
fish for the
comments.
team.
Right, the team should be out in a couple of
Nice, cheers.
The problem is always
Right,
taking.
Michael,
Sorry.
Andrew, to start.
I'm just trying to refresh for the team. Are we
Yeah.
starting this?
I just move to the left. I'll just line you up and I'll get in as well.
Okay, right.
The left.
Oh, right.
Do you want me to like?
Because to me, that's the
Oh, yeah,
right.
you line
Sean's terrible at directions. Pass it on.
No, keep going. I can tell you.
Aye.
There you
All right, right. SHC fans react. Apologies, we are here live.
Finally live.
Finally live. I pressed the wrong button for some reason. I thought it was the countdown, but it wasn't.
Sorry to interrupt, Sean, but I'll just quickly say the team while it's out. We've got Patterson, Gooch, Ballard, Bart, Sirkin, Evans, Neil. Dan Neil starts. Embleton, Pritchard, Clark, and Stewart. The bench is Bass, Wright, Elise, Sims, Roberts, Lauren's favourite player, and Hume and Luke O'Neill.
Right.
There we go. Just got the team.
So, as the team.
No broadband. Did it?
I'm just going to share this on social media, all right? But I'll look at the team who's on the minute.
Thought maybe Roberts would have started.
What's up, mate?
Thought Roberts would have started.
Oh, that's the team there, right? So it's basically Patterson, Gooch, Ballard, Danny Batt, Sirkin, Evans, Neil, Edmonton, Pritchard. It's the same team as last season, really, bar Ballard, isn't it?
About 8 or 9 players are the same, really, aren't they? So it's.
Andrew, test your mic.
Testing, 1, 2.
1, 2, which is mic, all right.
It's all right.
Testing.
1, 2.
Test another
1,
mic.
2.
Just test the mic first, because I've got 4 mics thingy now.
God,
Matt, Michael, test your mic. Say 1, 2.
Hello, can everyone hear
1,
me?
2.
1, 2.
Hello.
1, 2. Is that the mics?
Hello.
I tested them before. Things should be fine. Like.
Should
be fine.
Let us know if you can't hear us.
Apologies about this, but
Sean basically tried to set this up for 15 minutes and failed miserably. I'm throwing him under the bus, yeah.
oh yeah, that's
Not used to
Dom sort of straight away. It was
No, not used to championship. Not used to championship technology.
What?
There's Dom. I was on the bench.
Anyway,
Right, announce him coming on.
I'm just going to go on the live chat. Joanne Punchins, hi guys from the pub. Colin Major, great to see you again. Acacia Cameron, Jude, hello everybody. I hate you for Wednesday, says Acacia. CSN,
That's where away fans tend to
come back, Sean. Yeah, sorry about the pictures. It's sorted out now. I want to do the countdown. For some reason, I pressed the wrong button. It's just me all over. Still no picture now. The picture's sorted now. I'm behind with the pictures.
Oh yeah.
Right, just checking if the Hopefully time says Ian Curry. Good, sounds good. We can hear you. The sound is brilliant. Right, we are sorted. Right. Anyway, in the middle. Just keep us in the middle. Right. Andrew, I'll come to you first because what people probably be. No, Michael, just stay in the thing because we've got 3 mics, so just stay in the thing. But Andrew, obviously,
Nice to see you again.
nice to see you, pal. You had a good summer.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Just haven't done much. Been bored. These last few Saturdays.
I enjoyed your video. What you sent. Like, it was a great video. To join the, not to join the channel. Like the.
Oh yeah. Fully money.
But Andrew, you just turned 16. You're going to be part of the team. Going forward, to be part of the team. Got a great lad. Only 16 years old. He's got a great knowledge of the game. Andrew, what's your anticipations for this season coming up? We've made a few signings, obviously.
Yeah.
So, Alicia,
you're going to say we're going to walk the league?
No. I'm going to be sensible. Look, we've just been promoted from League One, so I think all the fans have to be realistic where this club has been over the last 4 seasons. We've just come up from League One. I think this season, we can try and consolidate ourselves. So hopefully we can try and get a top half finish. But I don't really want to predict anything just yet, because I haven't seen the team take shape in the championship until obviously today.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to be signing anyone between now and the transfer window. Just what I hope we do, because I still think we're about 3 or 4 players short. I think we could do with another full back.
Yeah.
I think we could do with an out and out right back and in our left back for competition with Dennis Serkin.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned this on Radio Newcastle because I was on Total Sport on Monday night, and I think we could do with like a midfielder, sort of like either a Kevin Ball or Catmore figure, or someone who can like drive through the midfield, things like that, like and more pace. But like I say, I'm buzzing for today's game, and I'm hoping we can get off with a win. But as Michael said before, I'll take a point today. It's the first game of the season in the championship, so I'll happily take a point. But hopefully we can get a win today.
Yeah, like you say, couldn't be they were a good side. As Michael's just said,
a very good side.
Yeah, really
good side. And for me, I'm always over optimistic, and I think we'll win today.
Are you saying you're going to win 4-0? Like?
No, not 4-0.
It's got 4-0 written all over it.
I think we'll win, but then I think at the back of my mind, I think no, it's something about back to the championship.
That's all part of being a Sunderland fan, isn't it? The club of the size of the fan base, I think it's over nearly 43, 44. Actually, it could be more. Actually, exact figure, but
well, that figure doesn't include hospitality as well.
It doesn't. But a club this stature, yes, high expectations, but realistically, we've got to be realistic. The fans need to show some realism. We're not going to go 46 games unbeaten. As a simple even last season. Even last season,
no 46 clean sheets. I'm disappointed.
Be nice, but got to be realistic. But I'm looking forward to it, and let's just enjoy today and see what happens from today. That's
Michael, the teams this afternoon. I mean, you just read them out there. It looks very similar to the League One team, to be honest. I know a lot of people say it's still a League One team, but I think there's these players who can do it in the championship.
I think there's some good quality players in that.
On the bench,
Sims is on the bench. Right.
Look, Ballard's a good signing. Danny Batt's solid. Dennis, I'm not sure. Evans and Neil.
Dan Neil I like. Because in League One, people got to remember this. In League One, it was constantly a rough and tumble league. It was always about physicality and actually athleticism. Whereas in this league, there is actually some technical ability here. And I think, in theory, because I can't imagine Coventry are going to come here and sit for a point like what teams in League One.
Absolutely not.
So I would imagine that in theory, it could allow Dan Neil to thrive in that system. Evans and Neil, for the moment, I'm fine with, but I would still like to have a combative, tough tackling midfielder in the middle. Someone who's got a bit of athleticism in there. I think if you add that, then I think you've got a decent midfield. I think even, what was it, Embleton, Pritchard and Clark behind Stewart. I'm assuming it's a 4-2-3-1. If that is indeed the case, then Pritchard I think is good enough. I think Clark's good enough. I think Stewart will be good enough. As of right now, though, that's before a ball's even been kicked. We don't know. Ballard, yes. What was the other one? Daniel, we'll have to wait and see. Sorry, go on.
I'll read the Coventry teams out. It's Moore, Panzo, Hyam, McFadden,
not Callum.
Eccles, Bidwell,
the good
Hamar, Sheaf, Allen, Godden, and
Godden's a good player.
And
good, you're pronouncing that, not me.
Goya Carres. I'll just say that. Goya Carres.
Does any Coventry fans tell us if that's wrong?
I remember Gordon like when he scored that goal against us.
He scored after 2 minutes at St Andrews, didn't he?
Yeah.
But
But in theory, they were saying apparently Callum O'Hare's out for a couple of months. Callum O'Hare's one of their better players. Apparently he's out today. But again, that doesn't mean Coventry haven't got good players there. These finished 12th last season in the Championship. That's not a bad going and they're now an established Championship club. So for me, this is why I say today, if we can win, fantastic. If we get a draw, that's fine for me. So just start off. Get off the mark. Get your first point.
Try and be solid in the first game.
Well, exactly. Just make sure, because at the minute we don't have to win every single game this season to achieve our objective. Because, like you've just said there, I think it's absolutely bang on. But I think this year it's all about just comfortably staying up in consolidation.
Yeah.
That's all it is for me. I know there's been a few pundits like Andy Hitchcliffe, Barry Bannon, second lover, but but Andy Hitchcliffe and Lee Hendry have been saying that we're going to be in the top six, a good push for the top 6. I don't think so.
But I'm
not even looking at that.
But do you think people who see I don't know, we're going to be fighting for relegation, do you think they've been a bit negative, or do you think that's a possibility?
I wouldn't go as far as negative. I mean, realistically, that could happen. Yeah. It's not beyond the realms of possibility we could get relegated. I don't think we will, but I can't rule it out because I said we wouldn't get relegated last time in the Championship, and look how that turned out.
Well, because we had 2 great managers, didn't we? Chris Coleman.
Oh yeah. I mean, I still subjectively liked Coleman, but he wasn't great. He should have kept that team up. And Simon Grayson, no comment. The best thing that came out of Simon Grayson was Jamsani. That's it. That's the best thing that came out of it.
Right, let's do something else when we've got the live chat to keep people involved.
But long story short, a point today is not a disaster, I don't think.
Yeah.
Even if we are at home.
Do you want to? I'll let you do in a minute. I just want to. Some of the comments we made about it last season. All right, for them. I'm just saying. Michael Bowers says the kids coming due. Turn off and turn nothing. I was earlier on. We are back. Roberts from the start, very surprised. Conor just says sounds good. There's not many comments. Keegan Covey is. Am I going to read that out?
Is it a dodgy comment?
No, it's just about. I'm trying not to even read any of that.
Okay, mate.
This season. Football. Michael's a genius, lads. Michael's a genius. He just tapped them out there.
I thought I could see you. I can see the smile.
Anyway, you want to shout out to?
I just want to give a big shout out to Joanne Punchin. I think is it the second name? I hope
Joanne Punchin.
I hope I've got a second name.
She was watching, but she's in the pub, so she'll probably be jumping.
Some of the comments last season, like the feedback that I got from her last season,
she's incredibly supportive, isn't she?
Fantastic. So a big thank you, and hope it continues this season.
She's particularly said she loves me and Sean, even though she doesn't care about football, which is amazing.
Joanne Punchin is a classy woman. You won't get a better woman than Joanne.
Who obviously watches.
Sorry, Joanne. She's not very punchy. We just had like 6 Peronis down there.
I might be saying
it. She's better with the drinking. I mean, look, drinking. It's a habit. It's kind of a hobby for match days, isn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of people. But, like I said, to just touch on for today. I mean. If you look at this is what we've been waiting for. For 4 years, we've been stuck in the 3rd tier of English football, where we should never have been in the first place. Yeah. And it's not arrogant. And it's the same for Sheffield, for Derby, for Ipswich, for Bolton, for Portsmouth, for whoever else it is, for Charlton. They shouldn't be in that league either. Yeah. But point is, we've been stuck there for 4 years. We've been ridiculed. We've been everyone's cup final. We've been the butt of everyone's jokes. We've been labelled arrogant, but as everyone's cup final, which completely contradicts about being arrogant. Yeah. But nevertheless, saying we're a League One team, same as everyone else, but they treat us like one more. Teams time wasted in the first 5 minutes. Being in the Pizza Cup, which I'm still waiting for my free pizza from last year. Then you've also got the FA Cup. Then being in the FA Cup in first round in November and losing to Mansfield at the Stadium of Light. Just remember, we've waited for this for 4 years, and yes, this is not where we want to be or where we should be either. But the Championship is a respectable division, and I'm just glad, and I'm hoping, like we've said in May, that League One is forever behind us, and we're never looking at it again.
I just want to touch on what Michael was saying, though. Obviously, like he was saying, we shouldn't have really been down there, but like I said, that was a standard where we dropped ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Poor managers, bad recruitment.
Yeah.
We only had, I think we had players literally when we won the Premier League Championship who only what they had for the money. Look at Jack Rodwell. He knew what the club was going through. He still wanted to earn 70 grand.
Yeah, something like that proves that, doesn't it?
If I had got rid of Jack Rodwell, I think we would have bought like 4 players in on
his wages.
I still believe if those players gave 100% last season, we'd have stopped.
Michael, if we had a half decent manager, we would have stayed up.
I agree.
Half decent.
But this is what's different from. There's obviously a realistic chance someone could get relegated this season, but the reason I don't think there's a few things. Last season, we entered the Championship on a downward spiral. Owner didn't want to be there. Manager didn't want to be there. Half the players didn't want to be there. We were used to losing games every week. This time, we're entering with what I'd like to think is a much more upward trajectory. We're entering it with a half-competent manager, which is a start. Then you're entering it with a real good team unity there. which wasn't there before. And I think that could go a long way to keeping us well above the relegation battle.
Lads, do you think, right, I'll ask you both, do you think, and if we sign, I mean, for me, I agree with Andy said, if we sign a full-back, because I think we're shot in the full-back, a good midfielder, a good solid midfielder, and a striker.
Don't get me hopes up.
See if we sign 3 or 4 players, can we push on?
I mean, like a cat and mold figure, you know, like okay, but someone who can like get in
An
there.
athletic midfielder.
If we sign 3 quality players, or 4 maybe, can we push for the top?
There's no reason why
playoffs.
we shouldn't finish either in the top half or say around about 12th, 13th. If we can get a really good start, if we can sign some more players, there's no reason why we've gone.
Can you remember Luton last season? Luton from the season before when they got promoted.
I've said it to many people. Look, I've said it to many people on Twitter or like on Instagram. I've said it to many people that you look at Luton. I think they only spend like £1 million or something on.
That's what I'm saying. So it can be done if you get the recruitment right.
Look where they finished. They finished was it 6th?
6th. They were in the playoffs. They finished the playoffs.
I suppose the only thing. Alex Neil kind of pointed. Sorry, Andrew. The thing to point out, Alex Neil did make a good point. I'm sorry, go on. Alex Neil pointed this out on. Yeah, just keep us right. Alex Neil pointed this out on Total Sport in midweek, and I agree with them. Luton built that squad over about 4 years. But at the same time, Huddersfield were tipped to go down by many last season, and they finished third and were 1 game away from the Premier League.
True.
So, but for me, and we're a much bigger. I'm sorry, we're a much bigger club than either Luton or Huddersfield. I would say
we're the biggest from this league, lads.
I agree.
Are you agreeing with that?
Yes.
We're the biggest club by a man.
By the way, that's not us saying there isn't other big clubs.
If any championship sides are watching, that's us being again.
There are other big clubs in the league. Blackburn's a big club.
Won the Premier League.
You can even argue Borough to an extent is a big club. Sheffield United, Sheffield United.
You're just as smart.
Fine, okay. Let's take out Borough then. Right, Sheffield United. As much as I banter with a case about it, like Sheffield United are a big club for this division, but I don't think either Blackburn or Sheffield United hold a candle to what Sunderland. I mean, just look at that, man. Look at that and the fan base we've got. And especially
40,000 out there. You're going to be 40 plus thousand out there.
Could be more.
Even last season, I think the average attendance across the whole was like 20th, and that was Sheffield United. So we definitely top that.
And we matched that in League One.
Look at as well, lads. Look at we've got a good manager. We've got a manager, Alex Neil, who's got promoted from Norwich City, the Premier League.
What I was going to say there was with Alex Neil. To answer your question, right? For me, if we were going to let's go hypothetical, because I'm not thinking about pushing for the top 6 all this season. Down the line, in about a year, 2 year, 3 years time, I will be, because we should be there. I look at it now as we can now afford, as long as we're seeing progress each year and we're not going to get relegated, we can afford to have a long-term plan for the club now, because I think of it as be back in the Premier League and within 5 seasons. And I would say by the end of, if say it took 5 years, by the end of say year 3, I'd be wanting to be pushing, challenging. I'd be wanting to push to the Premier League, to push to go up, even if we didn't do it.
Is it? Sorry, Mike. Is it because the fact that we've been in League One for 4 years? Is that why he's seeing consolidate this season? Is that the reasons behind it?
Yeah, I think the reason why we're saying that is because obviously you've got to look at where the club's been over the last 4 years. I mean, I'm going to even say 12. The club's been shattered from top to bottom. Bad management, poor ownership, bad recruitment. Players only been here for the money. So we're building that club back up.
It's a cultural change, isn't it?
Trying to get back to the heights of playing Premier League football, and that's going to take time. So if we don't do it this season, but if we get a good finish, we can do it again next season. But this season is about sort of building the club back up to where it was, where the fans know it.
You're making a good point there. I mean, you've got to look at the bigger picture. And yes, we have been in League One for 4 years. Thankfully, we got up there. We got up in the summer.
Hopefully, never there again.
That unforgettable weekend down at London. It was one of the best weekends of our lives. It was great, wasn't it?
When I was standing at Wembley, it was literally just a sea of red and white. There was a few odd Wickham fans, but sea of red and white.
I've got to say it as well. Graham Falk, who's got the Michael. He's got the
full pod. Yeah, great pod, by the way. Really
nice lad, Graham. And he put a thing on Twitter. Did the noise, a video when it was behind the goal?
Yes,
did you hear the noise? That
video was from Ryan Taffazoli, who's a Wickham defender. But if you listen to that, and there was who was it? It was a podcast that said they'd never heard noise like it.
I've never heard it. I'm not being biased here, but when that second goal, they listen to it. The volume turns down.
Just listen to it.
Listen to the noise.
I'll tell you another good example. Watch another great YouTuber, Cods Vlogs, Fleetwood fan, Ben. He was at Wembley in May. If you listen to the noise, and you can see it from his end, the limbs when Ross Stewart in particular scored, it was mental.
I'm trying to make some comments out, lads.
Right, okay. I'll just last point on me to emphasise on what Andrew said. I think because we're now in the Championship.
He's not born already, is he?
Who's that? Michael. No,
man.
He's realistic.
Realistic. The game's ain't kicked off yet, man.
I'm glass half full, man. You should try seeing all the other fans. Exactly. Are we going up this year then?
No, I'll be happy to stop on.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, winning today.
Fully agree.
You've just been on.
That's
No,
the
no,
bare minimum.
I
That's
wouldn't
the bare
know.
minimum.
That's-
Would you rather be fighting back down the first division?
No, no, I'd rather be on the top half fighting to get up there, man. You never, you don't know. If we get four good players, you never know.
Comfortably stay up.
I'll do that.
We'll come back at the end of the season.
I will see, we'll see.
We'll see.
I think if we can get 3 or 4
Fair
good
enough.
players,
So
I
would
think
I.
I'm transfers.
Anyway, to emphasize, to kind of elaborate on what Sean said, right? I think because when because we're now in the championship, we can now afford a bit of patience. We can now afford in the League One. In the League One, nothing less than going up was good enough. That's just the simple fact.
Yeah.
In the Championship to start with, and to touch on what Andrew said again, yes, we've been in League One for 4 years. We do need to recognise that and remember that. But at the same time, you're balanced with the fact that we are Sunderland. You're balanced with the fact we are Sunderland and with the size of the club and what the players. And look at it this way: Dan Ballard, who was at Millwall just as an example, Dan Ballard, who was at Millwall last year, who missed out on the playoffs by the final day and had one of the best defensive records in the league, and we bought him as a promoted club. Does that not tell you the type of players we can get in?
Exactly. In the playoffs.
Exactly. And with all due respect to Wigan and Rotherham, you know, like they wouldn't be able to get someone like that, whereas we'd be able to because we've got more resources and we're a much bigger club. That's size of the club does make a difference. People like to tell you it doesn't, but it does.
It is, yeah.
My point was as well, the reason I'm not looking at higher than at most top half is because you've got clubs that have got parachute money. You've got Sheffield United, you've got Middlesbrough, you've got West Brom, you've got Burnley, Norwich, Watford. You've got more established championship clubs than us at this point in time. So now, just make sure this season we comfortably stop up.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna that lad was right. That the bare minimum is to stay up.
Is,
I'm with Sean. I'd be disappointed if we just scrape 21st.
Yeah, no.
So what do you think, Sean?
Yeah,
would you be disappointed with just scraping 21st? Because I would be.
I think it's.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
I think it's absolutely.
It's the bare. It would be the rock bottom.
Excusable, even thinking that one just surviving.
I mean,
the size of this club. Sorry, I know I've been League One. I know I've been in League One for like 4 years, but just surviving is so negative thinking for me.
Would you take comfortably staying up, whether we finish? Like, say we're
I would probably just accept mid-table, but that's just this season.
So
but we should be fighting to get in the.
I'll tell you my prediction's 14th. Would you take that?
Yep.
I would.
I mean, for the first season back then.
No, it's fine if you disagree.
I honestly think we should be fighting.
Go on, Sean. Tell me. Why are we going to get in the playoffs? Why are we getting this playoffs?
We should be fighting again in the top 6. That's what I think.
That's fair enough.
Down the line, yes. I think this. Look, don't get me wrong, Lloyd. If with momentum, you never know what could happen. To be fair, it wouldn't shock because I'm sure Sheffield United and Millwall, when they came up the year we were in the Championship last time, both of them were knocking on the door for the top 6.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So if they could do it, why not?
I just want to use Nottingham Forest as an excuse. Last season, Chris Hughton got sacked, and I'm sure they were either rock bottom or second from the bottom.
They weren't in a good state.
They weren't in a good state, and Steve Cooper come in and took them up to 5th position. So you know, anything can happen. Even if you go on a bad run, a championship is like that; it can turn on its head.
I'll read some of the comments. Michael, you got to give some of your wave. Says Jeff. I think Jeff, give him a wave. Yeah. Sean, did you and Morgan snog after a few drinks? Said Ryan Hansen. I don't know why you've heard that.
Rumours.
Jesus. Lee Fowler says we need another left back, creative midfielder, and a playmaker and a forward.
I don't think we need that many. I think we need a left back, right back, a combative midfielder, and another striker, and probably a winger if Diamond or Jackie leave.
Yeah, I'll close that down.
That as well. Ben Foster, please. That'd be nice.
Just ask the people, is the picture any good? Because it doesn't look very good on my end. Like the picture, I don't know. It looks all right there, but it's just streaming. I'm not sure how it's looking. But Thomas, you want to come on, mate?
It's perfectly fine.
Mike, I want to use.
Okay. One four of us on here. All right then. Right. Long story short, I'll quickly ask Andrew this way. For me, I know Sean said we should be looking at the top 6. For me, I'm looking at that in 2-3 seasons' time. I think it's one of those. If we get top 6 if we're pushing for the top 6 this year, it's fantastic. But I'm not expecting it. As long as we comfortably stay up, I'm not expecting it.
You've got, but like I said,
you just got to be realistic.
Jesus, that works straight away. So Thomas, Thomas's mic is make sure he's working.
Right.
Well, we'll swap if he's.
That's all right.
Thomas, you all right, pal?
I'm fine. How are you?
You had a good summer?
I have, yes. Since Wembley, I still can't get over the fact we actually won at Wembley.
Were you still on the Wembley buzz?
I am. I'm still on the Wembley buzz. I am.
Thomas, let's talk a little bit about Wembley first, and I'll get your thoughts on the team and what you think about the team. Just describe your Wembley moments, the weekend, and everything.
It's just one. It was
probably that 3-week period, the Sheffield Wednesday games and that Wembley was probably the best time I've ever had supporting Sunderland. You know, you go through all that disappointment of relegation, cup final defeats, playoff defeats, and just to finally just like say we've done it, we've done it, but we can't waste that opportunity and go straight back down. That's what I'm scared of.
Yeah, if we go down, you think what was the point of going up? That's straight away. He's seeing that he doesn't. You're not feeling confident for this season.
This season's a bit of a wild card. Like today's a bit of a wild card. I don't know what's going to happen today. I couldn't tell you. It wouldn't surprise if we win. It is
because we've been used to League One for 4 years.
It wouldn't surprise if we won, but it wouldn't surprise if.
That's my view. That's my view.
I wouldn't be shocked whatever.
Looking at the squad, as it stands, and we're probably bringing in those 3 or 4 players, but let's hope we do anyway. As it stands, the squad, if we see it like now and see if in 4 weeks' time we'll bring a striker and a left back and a midfielder. Do you think these elements will be a mid-table finish? I think we should be trying to aim for trying to get in the top half.
Of course we should. We should be aiming. You know what I say in the Premier League? These teams who are low in the Premier League. Every team's objective in the Premier League should be win the Premier League. So every team's objective in the Championship should be get out the Championship. Yeah, it should be. You're right, but you've got to be realistic at the same time.
To be fair, we did manage to get out the Championship a few years ago.
We did. You're right.
It was just the wrong way. Just the wrong way around.
I mean, it's not that we don't want to be pushing to the top six.
It's just got to be realistic.
It's balancing ambition with realism. I think.
What I will say is, you had 2 teams last season who got to the playoff final in Forest and Huddersfield. Who Forest started the season. Forest started the season off terribly, and Huddersfield, you know, they've just lost the manager because they're not investing.
And they've lost a couple of their key players as well.
Lost a couple of key players, and Luton, you wouldn't have expected Luton to be there, Middlesbrough and teams like that. So if you have momentum, like we had towards the end of the season, why can't you push forward?
I think with Middlesbrough, I think Chris Wilder is the manager. I had a feeling that they would.
I'm going to they'll go up this year.
I think
they'll be in the top 6. I think they'll be pushing up that playoff spot definitely.
Well, what do you think for this coming season, and what do you think we'll end up doing?
Realistically or hopefully?
Both then, realistically.
Hopefully, I'm hoping for a top, like Sean says, a top 10 finish. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping for. It might be a little bit too much to expect to go up. Definitely, I think. But I think realistically,
can you imagine the scenes if we did though?
I know it'd be great. But I think realistically, we should be looking with the squad that we've got at the minute. The 20th to 15th mark, I think.
20th to 15th, that what you think? I think Michael says 12th.
I said 14th.
14th, and then
I said about 12th, 13th.
I think with the squad we've got at the minute, we'll finish about 19th.
But I
really do.
For me,
because there's a lot of good teams in this league. I know some of them like I've said.
There is also quite a few crap teams down the bottom, which I think would be better.
Is Thomas a bit of a doom and gloom, or is he a realist?
Ask him.
I think I'm more of a. You think I'm the Dominator? My father's worse.
Okay, so do you think we'll stay up?
Yes.
As of right now,
yes, I do.
How much of that is influenced Alex Neil, do you think?
Quite a lot of it.
Yeah.
And I think if Alex Neil walks, then that just shows ambition of the.
You've got to have some optimism.
I think
the reason. Go on, you finish.
The reason we'll be all right is because there's a lot of teams at the bottom who are in dire straits. There's Reading, Birmingham,
Rotherham, Wigan,
and you always have a one down there who you don't expect to be down there, like what Forest were last season. Yeah, they could beat Luton. You never know.
They were played off the park by Burnley the other night. I'd say, then, okay, if you want some optimism, I'll give you optimism. Right. I think we've got to remember with Sunderland's regime that we are getting players that aren't just signing for the sake of it. We are getting some better players now. I have faith this regime in the next few weeks will get the players that we need. And I think there'll be a good balance. We've got a good manager. Yeah. I think we've got a good unity together. I'm telling you right now, out of the 3 teams that got promoted, now regardless of whether we lose today or not, or whatever the result is today, we're the only one that's coming into this with momentum. Yeah. Really, because Wigan ended that season poorly. Rotherham ended last season poorly. They were lucky to get the second because they built a cushion before that. We had to end the season well just to get in the playoffs.
However, what I'll counteract is this team finished behind them 2 teams. That's what I'll say.
Because that's the start.
My counter is Alex Neil was only there for 3.
I'll give you that.
You could probably blame Lee Johnson and defeat and the runs.
I'll rephrase this then, right? Do you think if we had Alex Neil last season instead of Lee Johnson that we lose 5-1 at Rotherham?
No,
we don't. I think we go there and win.
If we kept him at the end of the season, no way would we have got promoted. No way in a million years.
No, exactly.
If Alex Neil was manager at the start of the season,
we would have finished about 8.
Wigan we beat 3 times and stuffed them down
there. If Alex Neil was the manager at the start of the season, where we were finished?
Top 2 at least.
But yeah, I fully agree because, like I said, I don't think we would have got that result at Wigan. If obviously if Lee Johnson was still the fight, but there was no fight at all.
If we hadn't had Paul Moorhead and we'd had Alex Neil since the start, Lee Johnson. If we had,
that's a new one. I'll give you that.
If we had Alex Neil since the start of the season, we would have won that league.
But you know, just to point out, even Paul Moorhead managed to beat Wigan twice.
Well, he's one thing. If we had Alex Neil at the start of the season, we would have walked the league. We would have won the league by about 15 points.
We also managed.
They won it by about 15
confidence.
points.
We also managed to get 6-0 down Bolton as well.
Which again was down to Pullmore Head.
It was down at Bournemouth Head, right?
You know, like under Alex Neil, that never happens. I mean, look at Alex Neil, 1 defeat in 18 games, including the playoffs, which, by the way, included, and because people, I always hate this argument that why are you expecting more when you're a team that finished 5th in League One? Oh yeah, a team that had to average 2 points a game to get in the top 6, and had
last season.
And by the way, had to get like last season was mental. You had to 80 points wouldn't have guaranteed you top 6. That never happens.
No, what to get at least about
But
90 points.
but at the same time as well, you've had to overcome Sheffield Wednesday, who many people were really fancying over 2 legs, and we had to go there in the second leg, who had the best home record in the division.
Yep, they did.
And then, and then you had to go, over the mental psychology of winning at Wembley. That's the hardest way to go up. We earned it.
Well, the one thing I will give Johnson credit for is that we got rid of that.
John's gone already. Go on, I'll all ears.
We got that Wembley hoodoo off our back.
We did, to be fair.
That gave the players who were already there, who've been in, the checker trade, the playoff final, Charlton, it gave them the confidence to think we can win here.
Look, I mean, but me and Sean
That's what I'll give him credit for. That's the only thing I will.
I'm someone who quite liked Lee Johnson, but at the same time, he had to go because I don't think we would have got promoted. As I said to Sean earlier, in League One, the only thing that was good enough was getting promoted. It's not arrogant, it's not delusional or anything. It's just
the biggest club in the league.
It's how it does, and that'll be the case for half the teams in League One, which is why I'm glad we're out of it.
Right, lads, moving on then, because I'll try and get them 2 guys in. Score predictions this afternoon, Michael. Sorry, I've got to ask you. Score
1-1.
He's played safe. Michael always played it safe.
Yeah, I do. But to be fair, I don't think a point's a bad result today.
1-1. Who's going to score for Sullins?
Who do you think is going to score? Dan Ballard on his debut.
Who's going to be a star man this season? Just off the top of your head, and that's
Pritchard.
Right, Pritchard.
I am going to go a 2-1 Sunderland win. I'm going to be confident today. And
Get in, Andrew. Optimistic. Get in, son.
Go on, Thomas. I'm saying
Coventry win. There's a reason why I like this lad.
Go 2 for Stuart on his head.
Are we saying Callum Doyle late consolation from 93rd minute?
Thomas.
Yeah, we'll have that.
I'm going to agree with Michael, but I'm going to go for 2-2.
2-2.
I think
that's fine.
I think Stuart will get 2 for us, and I think Gyökeres might get 2 for them.
These are a good side.
They are.
As long as you get something, it's fine.
Gyökeres and Godden up front.
We'll just stay on for the next 5 minutes.
Gyökeres scored, what was it, 20 goals for Coventry last season. They're up front for them. And Matt Godden, he scored against us before.
I'm just going to make some comments.
He scored for us down.
Right, Ian Curry says 4-0. Sean blew me a kiss, says Ian Curry. There you go, that's a kiss. That's a kiss. Top of the league says Chimwat. In case you get yourself a spanner on here and you can get rid of. I'll try and sort it out. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Joanne's in the pub getting drunk, so she's not even watching what's going on here, to be fair. Sean, give me a wave. Lee Fowler says we'll finish 18th in the Breach deal. Sorry, they're going to be talking, and I'm talking as well. So
that's fine.
That's just 2 seconds while I'm just reading the comments. Ryan, back off. That's something. Because the mics is on my sorry. Yeah. Well, that's it. Casey says 3-0. Sean, so glad you're back on the air. Cheers, pal. Thanks very much. Did you want to come on us? Did you want to come on for a little bit?
Yeah.
Right.
Can we talk now?
Michael, will you watch you in the middle of the camera? Yeah.
Do you want me to depart or?
No, we'll just Michael in the middle. Yeah. That's only problem. I've got the wrong. Right, lads, just put in. Right, so I'll give my score prediction. I'm gonna be optimistic because I always am. I'm gonna see it. Do you want to see a 2-1 victory?
Can I just? Who do you think is Coventry's danger man today? The one player you got to go for.
I've seen Matt Godden because last time he scored. Well, was the last time he scored against us?
Yes, he did. And for Peterborough as well, he did.
He's a decent striker. So I'd say Matt Godden.
Gustavo Hamer is a good player in midfield as well.
That way a little bit.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I would like to see. I think Matt Godden's the one for me, but I think Coventry's had a good pre-season, well, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
So
I think they went unbeaten in the pre-season, I believe. I'm
not sure. I know they're playing really well. I couldn't get a connection, mate. Like who you're with? Which network?
EE5. I'm just looking at the
EE's better than Vodafone.
You've got Kyle McFadden. I know he's good.
Callum McFadden's
good.
Yeah, it is.
All right, they're related. Godden and.
Yes, Gustavo Hamer. Gyökeres.
Oh, Mike Gyökeres.
The mics is on.
Victor Gyökeres.
Paul, thanks for coming on.
That's all right.
Had a good summer in that?
Yeah, I have actually.
Aye. Are you optimistic about the season ahead?
Yes, actually, for a change.
Yeah.
We've got Alex Neil back, so I'm over the moon.
Yeah. I think. What do you think we can finish this season?
Like I said,
Mid-table for me.
Mid-table.
I'll take it.
Mid-table. You take consolidation. That's what you'll take.
Yeah, I'll take
Don't
it.
think that's negative, no?
No,
No. Right.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go back down.
No. Well, there's no chance. There's no chance that's going to happen. I don't think. How many players do you think we're short if having a good squad for this season?
Well, it's interesting because on Wednesday, Alex Neil mentioned 5 to 6, between 5 and 6 players we're missing on Wednesday on Total Sport. So
yeah.
I don't know really.
You think of the squad at the minute, it's about mid-table. That's what you think.
Yeah, I think we'll finish mid-table.
Luton finished 6th last season, spent nothing. Got the recruitment right, and they finished 6th. Why can Sunderland not do it? Sunderland, massive club, biggest club in this league. Why can we not finish in the top 6?
I don't know, but I've got a feeling we will finish mid-table.
Yeah.
Well, wait, with Alex Neil, but
I haven't seen when you accept it, but I don't know, maybe I've got to be realistic and.
Do you not think a lot of supporters will accept mid-table?
A majority will, but I'm greedy, and I probably just want us to try and be up there and fighting. That's just the way I am. But score predictions this afternoon, Paul.
I'm going to go 1-1 with these.
1-1, Mike. I said 1-1. What did you say again? 2-1. You said 2-2. Right.
It's a Jack Ross special.
Mosey Thomas, part of the team. Andrew's part of the team, and Paul Ellis is out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Sorry about the start of the show. I pressed the wrong button and I couldn't get the picture up. But it's just me all over, and I've done loads of stuff. Remember that me and Michael are going live. And now after the kick-off, I'll do my interviews after the game. Then I'll be going live. Me and Michael will be going live. It's called a new show. We'll be doing just for a little while. Try it out. It'll be called The Aftermath with me and Michael Bowers. So tune in for that at around about 3 o'clock. I can't guarantee the time, but just turn your notifications on, and me and Michael will be talking about the game, and hopefully we'll be talking about a victory this afternoon. It's live on Sky Sports. Have a great day, all you.
Enjoy the display as well. Enjoy the display from the group.
Aye. Hopefully, get in the ground, and let's see what this display is going to bring us. Apparently, it's going to be really good. But thanks, lads. Thanks, Andrew. Any final words before you go?
No, just obviously I hope everyone enjoys the game. Thanks for the support, and obviously get back on show.
Cheers, son. Thanks.
How are the lads? Let's go. Let's beat them.
Cheers, Paul. Thanks, lads. Right. For myself,
you know what I'm going to say, Sean. Alex Hill's Red and White Army.
Andrew, Paul, Michael Bowers. We will see you live after the game, an hour. Me and Michael for the aftermath. So bye for now. Stay safe, and
peace.
Bye. End broadcast.